Okay, and yep, we are live. Boom. Okay, yep. Everything works. It all works, I guess. Yep. Okay. Okay. Let me get some music before we start. Let me get some music. I don't know what I could put. I don't know. Oh my god, that's an ad. Oh my god. Anyways, let's skip this. Okay. Would this work? I guess, yeah. Okay. So, what are we doing today? So, today we are going to look at the top 3 most popular Persona games, at least from what I've been seeing and heard and everything like that. So, we're going from the newest to the oldest. So yeah, we've got, well, this kind of seems not real that this is the newest. Persona 3 is the newest, then Persona 5, and then Persona 4. But Reload is a remake, I believe. I believe so. Let me see. Persona 3 Reload Wiki. Okay. Persona 3 Reload. Yeah, a remake of Persona 3. Okay. That's what I know of this. So yeah. This is Persona 3 Reload, the remake, then this is the original game, which I don't think I would be playing. Let's see. Huh. Wait, is it on the Wait, is this? How old is this? 2006. Is it? Wait, NS. What does NS mean? Does that actually mean Nintendo Switch? Wait, I want to know. Switch. Yeah, no. It's just the portable version. It's Persona 3 Portable, which is then a port of the original Persona 3 game. So yeah. Yeah. I'll see what every single game has and then making my decision from there. Like looking at reviews and trailers and stuff like that. And then wait, let me actually get this here. Just to see. Let's first start with this. How long is each game? Persona 3 Reload, 62 hours for the main story alone. 62 hours for the main story. That's a lot. That is a lot. Oh my god. I haven't played any JRPGs. And then Persona 4 Golden is 68. Okay, that's a lot of time to put into. And Persona 5. Let's do Royal, because that's the version. Okay, 101 hours. Okay. And that's the main story. Okay. I guess we know which one has the longest playtime. So Yeah, not that it matters that much. It doesn't matter that much because I'll be streaming it, and well, does it matter the playtime when I'm streaming? I don't necessarily know. I don't know if it should be long or short because, well, it should be a good medium length, but they're all pretty long. Like, an average stream is like 2 hours, like for my streams. And 101 hours, it would take a year. Or no, wait. Well, it would take a year if I streamed once a week this game. That would be a lot. That would be a lot to put out. So yeah. Let's see. Wait. Oh. Okay. So yeah. Persona is pretty long. It isn't gonna affect which game I will choose, but yeah. It won't affect it too much, I think. So, let me turn off the music that I have here. Okay, perfect. Actually, let me send out a notification on the Discord, just in case. Let's see here. Let's copy this. Okay. Looking at what Persona game I should play. Should I add, should I ping everyone? Ah, why not? Let's cause a small inconvenience. Okay. Oh. Okay. Oh, wait. Looking at what Persona game I should play. Okay. But that is that. So, let's see here. What are the... Wait, let's first look at the trailers for each game. Trailer. Let's first look at the trailer. Okay.
The time is right.
Let 'em have it, fellas!
A power that takes many forms. It might even prove to be your salvation, depending on where you end up.
The shadows are getting even more powerful.
Oh wow, this game.
Okay,
this looks really.
My persona represents
Okay.
the strength of my heart. And from here on, my heart will never falter.
Maybe we really are like heroes of justice.
The dark hour is horrifying to think about, isn't it? But our persona's awakened. And we're here now.
What are personas?
We need your help.
I don't.
We'd like you to lend us
I don't
your
get that.
strength.
All right, let's head inside. Are you ready, leader?
Okay.
Those who set foot in the Velvet Room are all destined to embark on a journey of self-discovery.
I do like the character design of the main character. His character design does look really cool. I really like it.
Justice wins again!
Mission complete.
Okay. Okay. That didn't... Well, that did give me some information on the game, but not as much as I would have liked it to. yeah, apart from that, eh, I guess. Okay. I would have liked some more information about the actual game. But yeah, it's just trailers. It's not like, I don't know. It's not like anything, I don't know, how would you say it? Like that special? It's just a teaser for the actual game. Which, it did look good. It did really look good. Okay. For Persona 5 Royal. Okay, I haven't added. Wait, let me... Let me... Oh my god. Please stop giving me ads.
Are you ready?
Okay. Let's see. Oh yeah, this is the one with Joker. I know that much.
Let's go. Wow, nice.
Stop right there! Bring it!
You better go to your school activities. Come on, follow me.
Okay.
Let's head back. I've never seen anything like it.
This is just an...
All in with sunlight.
This just feels more like an ad for the game, which I guess it is. That's what it's meant to be, but still.
Come to me. You can't be serious.
Now come at me. No one's gonna stop me now.
What the hell? What's up, yo? Now come get some!
I'm actually wondering which parts are... Like, there are some parts where I'm like, is this gameplay?
You took everything from us.
Like, I guess a lot of this...
No need to
Yeah, a lot of this would be actually in the game, of course. Okay.
The actions of the Phantom Thieves showed no sign of
Oh, this song. I don't... Wait, honestly, until I made my Persona short, I did not know that music... Wait, let me do Persona 5 music. I did not know that this was actually... That was actually from... Yeah, this. I didn't know that this was from Persona. I didn't know that. I guess I now know. But yeah. I think it's more to the end. Yeah, this is more what I recognize. This and the beginning. But yeah. Did not know that came from Persona 5. Did not know that. So, Persona 4 Golden trailer. Launch trailer.
We have been expecting you.
Okay. Okay, this definitely looks like a more older game. I don't mind that personally. I don't actually mind it. Put it a little bit. Yeah. Oh, that was short. Aw. That was short. Is that everything? Oh. Really? Let's see. What is this? Oh. Is this? Wait, for the PlayStation Vita. Yeah, this is all just anime scenes. And these are all like, I don't know how you would call it. It's not chibi, but it's more closer to that line, you know? Like all the like Persona 5 and Persona 3 were more normal proportions. Is there a better quality? No, this is the best quality version. Oh. This is from 11 years ago. Yeah. Okay. So, Persona 4 Golden. This definitely looks more like an older game. Would I like it though? That's what I'm wondering. If I would actually like it. So, to determine that, I guess I just... Maybe I should actually look at some reviews of the games. Don't know... Is IGN still like a respected game review channel? Because I've heard I don't know why, but I've heard a lot of bad things around some of their reviews. Like, was it them that did the Cuphead one? Or was that someone? Or was that another one? I think that was another one, but yeah. Let's see here. Well, this review, this one has 269 likes compared to 15,000, or 269 dislikes compared to 15,000 likes. I think that's pretty good. So I'll expect for them to be right about this. Let's see. Actually,
There's a timelessness to Persona 3. Its story of confronting death and tragedy with imperfect courage left an everlasting impact on me when I first played it, even though RPGs had evolved and the Persona series continued to grow. As I've gotten older and experienced the very things it's about, I've grown to cherish the earnestness of its message, the way it's framed, and the characters who embody these struggles even more. That makes it easy to get caught up in the hype of Persona 3 Reload, but also sets the bar as high as Tartarus as this remake tries to recapture the magic of its original versions. But after spending 70 hours playing through it, I can no longer imagine Persona 3 without Reload. It's a shining example of how seemingly small changes can add up to make a significant impact, uplifting its greatest qualities while staying true to the source material. And it more than proves why the darkest and boldest Persona yet deserved this new lease on life.
You put this to... I feel like... Is that a spoiler?
Reload's visual overhaul is a meaningful way to reframe a world I've spent countless hours in, as if this is how I always wanted these places to look. The fresh aesthetics and stylings are more akin to Persona 5, but still distinctly Persona 3, making familiar characters cooler than I could have ever imagined. It also provides a good reminder that taking an evoker shot straight to the dome remains the sickest way to summon a Persona. Now, Reload shows that there's still
don't know what a
Persona's
Persona
calendar
is.
system too, balancing normal life and relationships with the duties of defeating shadows in the Dark Hour. A mysterious 25th hour where time stops and out come monstrous forces as your school transforms into a deranged 250-floor tower. This is a structure I still enjoy, even if it can fall into a predictable routine.
Huh.
At times, you can tell that this was the formula's first iteration, especially when social and character arcs remain largely the same as they were in the original, a few of which are quite shallow, awkward, or really weird.
Okay, listen. Don't freak out. I'm gonna go ask Miss Kano out. Like, right now.
Still, there are valuable little stories to be found in social links that either feed into the broader message about finding purpose or are just entertaining enough to see through.
I want to stop being so afraid of everything. I want to be able to talk to other people.
Reload includes fully voiced social link scenes for the first time, and that works.
Like, wait, so there's like social parts in the game, but how exactly would it work? Would it be like, would it be like you just have infinite time to talk to everyone, or, and then depending on how much you talk to everyone, I don't know, like the ending of the game changes or something, or can you just talk a limited amount of time to different characters, and then that changes? Or maybe the story doesn't even change, I don't know. Who knows?
Wonders in terms of giving them more weight. It's even added new social events and activities that truly elevate its central characters. These create a stronger sense of togetherness within the party, showing them forming natural bonds and having lives outside of the confines of their duties fighting shadows. Something as simple as study sessions at the dorm can help you upgrade your academic stat, but more importantly, they come with some endearing scenes of the crew interacting with each other in believable ways.
A beautiful formula. Really arithmeticals my fancy. Yeah, that one's pretty good. Let me write that down.
No, that was not good. Okay, next, no.
You can take them up on individual activities too, like gardening or cooking, to get new health items, which also lets them open up to you in ways they hadn't before.
Hey, remember what I said the very first time we cooked together? That I'd make it so delicious you couldn't help saying yum. I'm pretty stubborn, you know.
Watching a scary movie with my bestie Yukari or reviewing boxing matches with my gym bro Akihiko don't just offer social stat points, they give insight into their personalities. Reading books with Mitsuru, Aigis, or Fuka also serve to reward you with social stat points and charming little interactions.
Usually, people's asses are already cracked. Yours is as well.
What are these jokes? What are these jokes?
Right? I understand. But please tell me someday.
And even the precious dog Koromaru gets his own adorable side arc to round him out as a more complete character. Reload even addresses the fact that none of the male party members had social link routes before. Opportunities to spend time with them now pop up throughout the story and eventually lead to some really heartwarming moments, finally allowing your bros to be fully realized characters.
I've really got to show my gratitude to my parents and to everyone here.
Since these are freshly written for Reload, there's a noticeable contrast in quality compared to the old social link dialogue.
Freshly written.
Make me wish everything else was punched up to match these new interactions. But if it's any consolation, some of these new scenes also showcase a deeper group dynamic that feels like a natural extension of Persona 3's ethos.
Wow! When it comes to being considerate of others, you're a heavyweight. Glad to have you in our corner, senpai.
Okay, so like, oh, so this is probably, so what they probably mean with a remake, wait, so it's different from the original sorry. So it's different from the original game, but so it's different from the original game, but it still follows the original game's story, I think.
When it comes to combat, it still revolves around accounting for elemental affinities, knocking down enemies to earn extra turns, and setting up those iconic all-out attacks.
Okay.
But Reload mitigates the monotony of churning through battle after battle with some new features. The limit break style Theurgy attacks can cause massive damage or major status effects, and they all come with fantastic animations that are sometimes as destructive as they are fun to watch unfold. Those who've played Persona 5 will recognize the shift mechanic, letting you pass extra turns to different party members to keep the pain train rolling. These help fights keep a swift momentum that's effortlessly stylish, never letting you get bogged down as you go through the motions. Familiar RPG mechanics are made all the more enjoyable by some challenging new enemies that ask you to engage with Reload's combat system creatively. As you ascend the randomly generated floors of Tartarus, where all of Persona 3's dungeon crawling takes place, mini-bosses will meet you at a steady pace.
Entering full automation mode. Maximum output. One target remaining.
Sometimes these foes don't even have weaknesses, or they lay on devastating status ailments and hard-hitting attacks, so things can spiral out of control if you don't play it smart. The best examples of this come from the boss gauntlets and monad doors, which are all new rooms within Tartarus. These fights throw somewhat unconventional combat scenarios at you that bring out the best in the satisfying turn-based battles, whether you line up a sequence of attacks perfectly or barely make it by the skin of your teeth.
Appreciate it.
Tartarus itself has been revamped to give it a sinister new vibe and a more distinct look for each block of floors. And they're generally laid out less like tedious sprawling mazes too. It's not a drastic overhaul that will completely stave off the repetitive nature of ascending Tartarus, but there's just enough to prevent it from feeling like the weak link it could have been. And the story-centric boss fights have also been given a bit more gravity and spectacle thanks to the new combat mechanics and visual flourishes, especially as you inch closer to the bold, daring, and moving conclusion.
This is my duty.
For as goofy and irreverent as Persona 3 may be at times, its greatest strength is its emotional sincerity. Revisiting this story in 2024 through the lens of Persona 3 Reload put a lot of things into perspective.
I don't want your pity!
In too brief a period of time, I experienced what it's like to lose the people you hold dearest and see those loved ones pass with dreams unfulfilled. I've also faced my own mortality, and Persona 3 has taken on an entirely new meaning for me, even as the story remains the same.
There are no platitudes to stave off death.
When I see these characters express their pain from loss, I don't necessarily feel an intense sadness, but rather a certain empathy and understanding I just didn't have before. When they question their purpose in the face of impending doom, I'm no longer shocked, but instead, I see their confidence even when the temptation of nihilism stares right back at them. Chasing the truth behind the dark hour, the existence of personas, and the rising cases of a widespread pandemic called apathy syndrome creates an unmistakable existential dread that lingers over this world. This story stands the test of time because of how sharp it was in bringing those darker themes together. So seeing your party learn the value of a normal life day to day, and then resolve matters when tensions boil over within the group, builds a realistic dynamic as they fight to save the world and the things that matter most to them.
I got a question for you. What are you fighting for?
Also, I just want to say, maybe I'm not adding much. I'm not really adding that much, but it's interesting to hear about the game and the story and everything. I just don't feel like I'm adding it. I don't know how to add anything, really. So, yeah.
Persona 3 ain't a whimsical school sim. It's basically trauma bonding the video game. And when it's all done, it's impossible to not get sentimental about it all.
All I can do is believe. I won't turn my back. I won't be like Mom.
For Reload, I cannot overstate how the fantastic new voice performances bring these characters to life, perfectly capturing the original spirit of each party member, then elevating them even higher. Big, heartfelt scenes, intense battle cries, and moments of levity have a newfound enthusiasm while sounding so familiar, as if these were their voices all along. I crack a smile at all their little quips and feel my stomach knot when they pour their hearts out. These portrayals gave me a new love and appreciation for what was already my favorite Persona crew.
I can barely make sense of all of this. I'm so afraid.
And of course, the glue that binds any Persona game together is its music. The new upbeat battle theme, It's Going Down, which you hear when you ambush enemies.
Like the music that I've been hearing in this video, it's really good.
Complements
really
the
like
classic.
Maybe it's not a good choice to have like really emotional moments just sprinkled through the video and then a happy-go-lucky thing, music right behind it. But still, it's good.
Mass destruction nicely. However, it's the beautifully chill Color Your Night that sets the mood with familiar instrumentation and lyrics that wistfully reflect on the events of Persona 3.
Yeah, the music is really good. Yeah.
But the one song that brings it all together is the opener, Full Moon, Full Life, which uses clever melodic and lyrical callbacks to Persona 3's musical history while representing the message of its story to a T. So even if the more granular details of Persona 3's story start to fade, these songs will evoke the memory of an unforgettable journey.
Oh, wow. Is that if that was the song they were talking about? God, that was good. That was only like a small part.
A stellar visual overhaul and countless small additions beyond it leave a significant impact, making Persona 3 Reload a more fully realized version of a beloved RPG. Although it's still dated in some respects, quality of life improvements and new features refresh its exciting RPG combat and add depth to its touching story moments. Through an incredible new voice cast that perfectly embodies these unforgettable characters and an endearing soundtrack to reforge its identity, Persona 3 Reload tells a powerful, timeless story of tragedy and hope with sharp emotional sincerity. This is the kind of remake I've hoped for, and even after spending 70 hours to see it all the way to its conclusion, I still find it hard to believe that it's real.
Yeah, 70 hours.
For more on the early hit games of 2024, be sure.
Yeah. Okay. So a game. So it's centered around mortality and stuff. That's what I'm getting here. Like the story's more centered around mortality and I don't know, things around that about, I don't know, but like I haven't played the game. But that's what I'm getting here. Yeah, the music that they used, at least in the video, was good. Yeah, the gameplay, what I've been picking up from is it just seems like a regular turn-based gameplay. But again, I haven't played the game. I don't know. So yeah, I'm just looking at some reviews and deciding which game I should play. Okay. Then Persona 5 Royal. Wait, is there? Yeah, let's keep with IGN for now. Yeah, okay. Let's stay with their reviews for now. And yeah, let's see.
Persona 5 Royal is a living masterclass in how to take an already amazing game and amp it up to the next level. It's not just a standard Game of the Year edition with some extra content thrown in on the side. Just about everything in Atlus's 2016 JRPG
Let me put it a little louder.
honed, polished, and expanded in some meaningful and positive way. Across more than 130 hours of adventuring through urban Tokyo and the surreal realms of the human mind, the amount of love and attention to detail hiding around each old and new twist in the story left me in awe. If you're not familiar with Persona 5, you should absolutely check out our original review of it, because I'm going to mostly focus on what makes Royal even better. There's a lot of ground to cover. So...
Oh, so then, wait, the regular review is only 4 minutes 20, and then the Persona 5 Royal, which focuses on the Royal part of the game, is 7 minutes. Well, I'll watch them both, but like, come on. Let's first do the original Persona 5 review, and then see the Royal version.
In stark contrast to the epic-length cutscenes that greet you in previous Persona games, Persona 5 starts its long journey with a bang, introducing a complex yet approachable turn-based battle system with more depth and variety to combat. This is the culmination of everything the JRPG series has been building to, with familiar elements dialed up to 11 and some welcome new surprises added into the mix.
Okay, Persona 5.
In what's by far the series' strongest story to date, Persona 5 puts you in the capable shoes of a high school student who spends his evening saving the world. By day, you'll attend class, answer quiz questions, and live the life of a typical teenager. But after school, you'll invade the minds of corrupt adults who are up to no good in order to change their hearts.
Wait, what? Wait, invade the minds? Huh? This is the first time that I'm hearing about this.
Hand-built dungeons take place in palaces created within the mind of each target, and developer Atlas takes advantage of this to set them in diverse and outlandish places tied to the target. A museum, for example...
I'm going to be honest, I like the UI of this game. Like, the UI... I don't know why I cared so much about it, but in this game it looks way better. Also, is it just me, or is this like the pose from like Persona 4?
Very different security measures than a medieval castle, and drastically different puzzle types make them feel like almost entirely different games. The sense of scope here is staggering compared to the dungeons in Persona 3 or 4, and each palace provides some smart, unpredictable story moments and challenges. Battle in Persona 5 is a familiar turn-based formula, with melee attacks, ranged weapons, and magic attacks based on one of 8 elements. A bit like catching Pokemon, each persona you collect has its own unique set of skills, as well as strengths and weaknesses. Collecting multiple personas with different abilities and combining them to create custom ones is a fun way to tailor your playstyle to the type of combat you prefer.
I still don't know what a persona is.
Persona
Can
5 is a
someone
solid modern
explain?
turn-based JRPG first and foremost, but it also quickly
Or well,
becomes
it
a
would be
complicated time
fun to
management
just
simulator.
experience it
When
for
you're
the
not
first
saving
time
the
while
world,
playing.
You're able to boost your skills by visiting hub districts within Tokyo for activities like working a part-time job, batting practice, seeing a movie, or just heading home to study, play a retro game, or read one of dozens of books. On top of those social activities, you'll also have 20 confidants to spend time with, forging bonds with fellow students or other citizens of Tokyo. As you level up these bonds, you'll earn relevant stat increases and gameplay advantages that are surprisingly robust. I found myself almost as interested in some confidant stories as I was in the main plot, which offers even more incentive for dedicating time to hanging out with those people. By offering so many options in only a finite amount of free time, Persona 5 gives every decision a fantastic amount of weight. Choosing to work a part-time job might make you extra cash to buy better weapons, but it comes at the cost of ranking up a confidant or increasing your stats.
Okay.
Even lamenting the opportunities
So
you
either
missed adds
work
a
or
unique layer of
be social.
replayability that makes starting a new game
Just
plus
like real
all the
life.
more enticing, even after a 100-hour playthrough. Aside from the dozens of activities available, the very act of exploring Persona 5's Tokyo is a delight. From city lights at night to crowded subways during your school commute, every part of this world is bursting with vibrant color, and every detail feels meticulously thought out and eerily accurate to real-world Tokyo. All of this is further enhanced by an impressive sense of style. Sharp design choices permeate even tiny details of gameplay, and I can't overstate the number of times that I marveled at the gorgeous effects while ambushing an enemy, or went out of my way to explore on a rainy day to appreciate small touches. Persona 5's dynamic, acid jazz-inspired soundtrack also helps to highlight everything from quiet moments to bombastic boss battles, helping to tie together an overall experience that feels truly special. Persona 5 is a massive, gorgeous JRPG with well over 100 hours of gameplay for completionists. With more to do than ever and the series' strongest story to date, it stands out as an extraordinary, memorable experience and easily one of the deepest JRPGs of the last decade. Its sprawling dungeon design and stylish, fully realized world are an absolute joy to explore, and even after 3 playthroughs in the Platinum Trophy, I find myself itching to go back.
Come on.
This is a new
Are
gold
we
standard.
really going to work with points? Like 9 points? Oh my god. Can you not just give it like a 10? Like, come on. Decide one or the
For
other.
Japanese RPGs, and by far the best entry in the series yet. For more on Persona 5, check out our Take Your Heart Collector's Edition.
Okay. And then let's look at the Royal review. Okay.
If you're not familiar with Persona 5, you should absolutely check out our original review of it, because I'm going to mostly
Okay.
focus on what makes Royal even better. There's a lot of ground to cover. So, having played through the original version of Persona 5 twice, the most immediately noticeable and impactful of Royal's changes come in the realm of combat. It's hard to keep old-school, four-person, turn-based battles interesting in this day and age, but nobody in the business does it better than Atlas. In addition to some spot-on rebalancing of abilities and enemies across the board, the role guns play in your arsenal has been totally reimagined. Bullets refresh after each battle.
So like the combat is completely, or well, not completely, but it's different.
Of an infiltration.
It's a lot
with the
different.
trade-off of being able to hold less ammo overall. This feels almost game-breakingly powerful in earlier areas, but as time goes on, It allows them to settle in as a much more versatile and dependable tool, rather than something you just hoard for really tough enemies. Showtime attacks are another excellent addition, in which 2 members of your party team up for a devastating tag team super finisher. The animations are deliciously clever and over the top, and they stylishly highlight your
What is...
personality.
Wait, what am I...
Never get
Wait,
tired of
I just realized... Wait, what am I watching?
Makoto and Haru double elbow drop a harbinger of the apocalypse in a flashy, hilarious nod to pro wrestling. Showtimes trigger randomly, but are more likely to happen when your party is in big trouble or when you're just about to finish off an enemy. That adds an extra layer of drama and unpredictability to especially intense battles at just the right moments.
Watch this! Rest in peace! Perfect form!
Okay. So...
The fantastic story has been
I guess
majorly
it
expanded
looks
with a
good.
third
It's
semester featuring
not
a new
much
palace, a new
to say.
area in the Mementos Mega Dungeon, and a new heart to steal. It's a bit longer overall than the previous palace story arcs, but not by a lot. And there's not a whole lot of it I can show you here without risking major spoilers. But I can say that it pits our team of Phantom Thieves against a really fascinating new antagonist with very, very different goals and motives from anyone they've faced before. Persona's deep thematic exploration of human society and the perils of the psyche continues to ask challenging and relevant questions about justice and suffering that left me rethinking my own convictions. And it's when a game isn't afraid to go those places that it really becomes a higher work of art. The third semester is only one part of the expanded story, though. The main campaign has also been significantly beefed up, with 2 new confidants joining the already rich cast. Bubbly, aspiring gymnast Kasumi Yoshizawa, and calming but dorky school counselor Taketo Maruki. Each has a dauntingly deep, tragic backstory filled with its own impactful twists and turns that were both painful and compelling to uncover. And one of the returning confidants from the original Persona 5 has had their role in the story significantly tweaked and expanded, but I won't spoil who. Aside from the new area, the whole of Mementos has been brilliantly fleshed out, with new collectibles and unlockables courtesy of the mysterious Josei. He can sell you powerful items in exchange for flock of
I was actually thinking about it, but like... I've heard... wait, how to pronounce that name?
Jose is how it's said in Spanish. Jose. You could replace the H. Oh, sorry, the J with an H. Jose. Now, if it's Portuguese or Brazilian Portuguese, Jose.
Okay.
Jose is how it's said. Jose, Portuguese, Jose, Spanish. We are looking at how to pronounce these names and more confusing names pronunciations as well. Stay tuned until the end of the video and to the channel to learn more. Here are more videos on how to pronounce more confusing words and names.
Jose? Wait. Say one syllable name pronounced as Jose in Spanish. Jose in Spanish, but wait. But then here they say
of the mysterious Josei.
Here they say Jose. Okay. I don't know if I never know if it's Jose or Jose.
And unlock perks like increased experience points once you find enough hidden star stamps. Mementos often felt like a slog in the original version of Persona 5. It was definitely my least favorite part of the adventure. The fact that Atlus has made it feel so much more alive, adding new rewards for exploration and a healthy dose of personality, is a massive improvement by itself, considering how much time you spend down there. They've also implemented a mercy kill rule, where you can run straight over monsters that are several levels below you instead of having to fight out a foregone conclusion, but you still get experience, money, and item drops. The amount this cuts down on the feeling of endless grinding is nothing less than a godsend. And it allowed me to spend much more of the 130 hours of this playthrough doing interesting and engaging things instead.
100 hours of gameplay in one game. I just
Fill an
remembered actually.
entire documentary with the long list of other small and medium-sized improvements found in Persona 5 Royal, but here are a few of my favorites. The Thieves' Den is a new hangout area that will follow you across multiple playthroughs. Here you can decorate with statues of personas you've unlocked, listen to the absolutely superb new and returning music tracks, and rewatch any cutscene. Incredibly, every single level of every single social link has been expanded with new dialogue, so there's always something new to see, even in familiar scenes. There's an entirely new free-roaming district of Tokyo to explore, Kichijoji, which includes a jazz nightclub and the ability to level up your party members' powerful baton pass ability with a new skill-based darts minigame. All of the classic palaces have been expanded with new hidden areas and new collectibles to find. Every major boss fight has been rebalanced and had new, fun, and challenging mechanics added. It's almost daunting how much extra cool stuff Atlus was able to pack in here. Put together, it's probably at least a full extra game's worth of content.
Okay. So it's just
Persona 5 was
double
already
the
a
amount of
strong
content
frontrunner for
possible.
being the best JRPG ever made, and Royal really gets me wondering what else could even compete.
Okay.
Excellent.
Okay, so the original Persona 5 was 9.7. Will they give it more or somehow give a less?
Story and its lovable multi-dimensional characters, along with the challenging tactical combat, are all refined and back for another round with new surprises and new friends in tow. There are new areas to explore and new twists to leave your jaw on the floor. Very little has been left untouched, and just about everything that has been touched is better off for it. The Phantom Thieves
Okay, 10. Okay, I would expect nothing less.
Want it back. For more, watch our original Persona 5 review, and check out the other recent 10 we handed out for Half-Life Alyx.
Okay. So, from... Actually, I'm more interested in Persona 5 Royal than Persona 3 Reload. I'm going to be honest. Persona 5 Royal looks way better in my opinion. And something that is also helping with that decision... Wait, let me pull it up here. Persona... Let me show you. Persona 3 Reload... It's, well, this is in euros, 70 euros for the base game, Persona 3 Reload. That is a lot. That's a lot. And then Persona 5 Royal is 60, which is just a regular... Well, it's a regular AAA game, I would say. Is this actually AAA? I don't know. But it's the price that I would expect to pay. Of course, the price isn't the only thing that decides my decision. But it definitely puts the nail in the coffin that Persona 5 Royal would be a better game for me. So at least I'm not gonna be playing Persona 3. I'm not gonna be playing that, I think. I'm going to be honest. So let's close that. And let's see here with Persona 4 Golden review. How old? 11 years ago. Let's see. Okay.
4 years after releasing on the PlayStation 2, Persona 4 has come to the Vita as Persona 4 Golden, a slick HD version of the story Japanese role-playing game with a new character and new personas. In short, it's amazing, and you should play it if level grinding and high school drama is your thing. And honestly, whose thing isn't that?
I'm gonna be watching another review just in case, because this is an old game.
Persona 4 Golden is a beautiful game. Gone are the blocky character models and 4:3 screen ratio. Everything here is widescreen, bright, and colorful. The music's that catchy brand of Japanese pop that somehow doesn't get annoying 50 hours into the game. and the voices here are varied and excellent. That's a good thing because you're going to hear them a lot. While dungeon battles are a big part of Persona 4, so is story. We play as a big city boy transplanted in the country for 1 year. Just as we start making friends at school and getting googly eyes for the ladies, people start turning up dead, and we figure out it's because a killer is tossing people into another dimension via TV. We're the only ones who can stop the killer thanks to our Persona power, so the game is afoot. It's a clever, interesting yarn enhanced by our ability to choose who we hang out with, which sport to play, and a number of different decisions that personalize the story. There's a real ownership of our character, and you'll find yourself feeling for the group. Now here's the thing that's both Persona 4 Golden's greatest strength and weakness. The game is effing huge. Depending on side quests, grinding, and whatnot, you're looking at a 60-hour campaign the first time. And that unlocks the game
60 hours
again.
again.
There are books to read in Persona 4 to enhance skills, jobs to take to buff stats, relationships to maintain, a garden to care for, quizzes in school, the quest for a girlfriend. It can all be a bit overwhelming. Yes, there are brief tutorials for fusing personas and learning to fish, but it's easy to miss these activities and have a hard time wrapping your head around the options. My girlfriend was also blazing through the game while I was reviewing it, and I learned more from her than I did from the in-game hints. This game is so big that it's easy to feel like you're not spending your time wisely. Thankfully, you learn as you play, and we'll sort it all out by the time the battles get truly difficult. Persona 4 Golden is very much a JRPG. You'll attend school, get some story, and then, usually, get to decide how to spend your afternoons. Reading, working, and hanging out with your friends all build out your character, and they're all building to the same goal, stronger personas. If you don't know what personas are, think Pokemon. You go into these multi-floor dungeons intent on saving a trapped peer.
Okay, that was what I was actually thinking. Like, are they just Pokemon that you get somehow? I don't know how you would get them.
You battle the shadows inside, you call upon the powers of the personas assigned you. Ice attacks, fire moves, and so on. These are those creatures' bread and butter. As you battle, you earn experience and level up. As your personas get used, they level up as well. This is what Persona 4 Golden is all about. The stories, the classes, the relationships, they're all facilitating this level grinding. Once you beat a dungeon's boss, you're free to return to the dungeon and grind to your heart's content. Then bail out and sell items to get money to get better armor and weapons. It's the JRPG formula that's hooked millions over the years, and it's great here thanks to varied enemies and allies. Once you get in a rhythm with your personas, you can worry about fusing them together to create new beasts and filling out that massive compendium in your attempt to catch them all. Every dungeon has its own theme so as not to get visually boring, building out relationships is a blast, and there's so much to do that you could conceivably play this game well into 2013. If you've already played on the PS2,
2013.
Persona 4 offers a couple of new features in the way of
How old is this? 2012.
an online SOS
Oh
system
my
that kicks
god.
back words of encouragement.
That's
to
a
other
lot of
players.
time.
These give you a buff in battle, but they aren't anything amazing. Meanwhile, the new character Marie gives you another social link to flesh out and some new story stuff. Still, the big changes for seasoned vets are the widescreen visuals and extra lines of dialogue. Persona 4 Golden is what the PlayStation Vita has been waiting for. It's a supremely deep and engaging JRPG that will keep you staring at your OLED screen for hours on top of hours.
Wait, this is OLED?
The visuals are slick, the dungeons are cool, and the story grabs you. There's a daunting amount of nuance to figure out, but even if you don't want to learn the ins and outs of every Persona fusion, Persona 4 Golden is not to be missed. For more on Persona 4 Golden, go to the store and buy it. It's that good. For everything about the world of video games, head on over to IGN.com.
Okay, so for this game, I'm also gonna look at a review here for Persona 4 Golden for the Nintendo Switch, just in case anything has changed, because this was made 11 years ago, and this one's 1 year ago for the Nintendo Switch, because it is out on Steam and Switch and everything, so... And that, since that's what what I would be playing it on, I guess I should first look at that.
Hey everyone, Felix from Nintendo Life here, and today we're here to review Persona 4 Golden for the Nintendo Switch. These words were written by the stupendous Mitch Vogel and converted into video by it's me.
Okay. Huh. The graphics The
Although
graphics
Shin
look
Megami Tensei is
different
technically
from the
flagship
last
RPG franchise
review.
over at Atlas, it's the spin-off Persona series that has made huge strides in finding mainstream appeal in recent
It
years.
looks
And
more.
yes, while
It
Persona
looks
5 may have
better.
done most of the heavy lifting, Persona 4 Golden, the enhanced re-release of the PlayStation 2 Classic, was also an instrumental part in getting the series on the map. Part of the benefit of being released on the tragically doomed hardware of the Vita meant that it was much easier to stand out from the slim crowd of games on the platform, and Persona 4 Golden was quickly labeled as one of the must-buys for the platform. After stronger than expected sales results from its sudden Steam release in 2020, Persona 4 Golden has now found its way for the Switch, and we're pleased to report that it's still a thoroughly delightful RPG.
Okay, so it's still good. At least.
So in Persona 4 Golden you play as a city-dwelling silent protagonist who moves to the rural town of Inaba to live with his uncle and cousin for a year while his parents are away for work. And while your character seems to adjust well to his new life, things are tense to say it mildly around the town as there is a serial killer on the loose who's constantly evading the police. Your character and his newfound friends then quickly get wrapped up in this mystery when they discover the Midnight Channel, a mysterious other world that can be accessed by crawling through a, TV screen. The killer is using the Midnight Channel and its abundant population of shadows to murder his victims, but your party soon realizes that they can battle the shadows using their personas and free the victims before it's too late. You and your friends thus set out to save the killer's victims while also stringing together clues to try and deduce who the killer is. Despite the rather intense premise, this game's narrative feels notably lighthearted, which in turn makes its darker moments all the more of a gut punch when they happen. There's some very real emotional events to be experienced in this story, and much of their weight is due to the increased focus on character development. Though previous Persona games certainly featured strong characters, it feels like this game places much more importance on fleshing out each member of the investigation team, with individual arcs while also taking the time to highlight more small mundane moments between them. These little moments add up as it elevates the cast from feeling like party members and more like friends and people with real depth to them. This greater focus on relationships and character development makes the plot much more gripping. Gameplay follows the standard Persona formula of mixing together social sim elements and traditional JRPG gameplay, and it's executed here brilliantly. Though your character may be a badass supernatural warrior, they're also a high school student first. The demands of studying and socializing don't go away just because the killer kidnaps another victim. Thus, you spend most of your weeks attending school, participating in clubs, hanging out with your friends, and working part-time jobs. Often these activities will boost various social stats in traits like intelligence or vigilance, allowing you to better relate to various people in your character's life. This is especially important, given that many characters feature social links that greatly enhance both the story, but also gameplay. And each character's social link will progress an optional sub-narrative centered around them, and progressing to each new step in their story will grant you benefits in finding and fusing personas that you use for your dungeon exploration. It's not possible to max out every character's social link in one playthrough without sticking to a strict schedule, so you have to ultimately pick and choose which characters you want to get close to. This is a larger mechanic of managing the life sim side of the game, as your character has limited amount of time to spend on any given activity each day. Most days you're stuck in school till the early afternoon, so you only have time for one major activity before night comes. It's up to you whether to spend your time exploring the latest dungeons, hanging out with a friend, or studying in the library for the upcoming exam. Usually there's no wrong answers about what you should do next, but there's always a give and take to whatever you choose to do. Luckily, there is an online option that helps you give some guidance on what might be the best option. When your character gets some free time, you can connect to the Vox environments laden with enemies to fight and treasures to seek.
Wait. Something's wrong. Something's not working. Wait. Oh, wait. Is it working again? Okay, yeah, it works again. Suddenly it said that there was that there was no data. I don't know. Huh. Okay, that was weird. Okay, let's go back.
A tough boss fight at the end to cap things off. Though dungeons are still procedurally generated like in Persona 3 Portable, their implementation here feels much more pleasant thanks to the highlighted focus on tailoring each one to the story. Every dungeon is thematically linked to the victims contained within, which gives each one its own identity, and these never overstay their welcome. Dungeons are only about a dozen floors or less here, which means that they end almost exactly as you start feeling the floors are blending together. Combat follows the same one more turn-based system that Persona fans has come to love, which push players to be strategic in how they dismantle enemies' teams. The goal of most encounters is to identify enemy elemental weaknesses and use the correct attacks to exploit them. But there's an additional layer to be considered with resource management. There are very few ways to replenish SP, which is what you use for most special attacks. So you must consider how a cast will affect not only just your battle, but also your general run on the dungeon for the day. You can't reasonably explore higher floors if a couple of characters' SP reserves are tapped out. So making sure that you reasonably pace yourself is important to ensure you reach the boss quickly enough and with characters who are well equipped to handle the fight. Between dungeon runs and when you're out and about after school, you'll often visit the Valet Room to forge a better team of personas for yourself. While all your party members in combat only have access to one persona, your character is a wildcard who can host multiple personas at once. Each persona comes with its own mixture of stats, elemental affinities, and skills. And the best way to get
so we're the only one that can use multiple.
Them in the Valet Room. Doing so will cause you to lose the personas you used as fodder, but this is often a fair trade, given that you're usually trading up for something better. This is especially true if you've been mindful about keeping up your social links, as these will grant big experience and stat boosts to many new personas that make them even more powerful right out of the gate. Luckily, one improvement made to the golden release of Persona 4 was the ability to manually choose which skills the new persona would inherit from those being fused. There are some restrictions in place, but this allows you much greater control over shaping your team and greatly reduces the headache of leaving this critical aspect of team building to chance. Manual skill inheritance isn't the only improvement being brought to Persona 4 Golden either. There are all sort of new tweaks to this version, both big and small. Changes like being able to do more activities at night open up more options to managing your time efficiency, while new social links, personas, and an extra late game dungeon adds much more to do and see compared to the original PlayStation 2 release. Unlike its predecessors' final versions, which were each incomplete in their own ways, Persona 4 Golden easily proves itself to be the definitive way to experience Persona 4.
Okay.
Visually, this game shows its age a bit due to the simplistic models utilized for most characters and enemies, but there's still plenty to love about the offbeat and occasionally bizarre art design of many enemies. On the other hand, the characters' images in the dialogue look incredibly clean and bright in contrast to the somewhat muted 3D visuals. And while Persona 5 is easily the most stylish entry in the series, Persona 4 Golden still manages to show bits of that characteristic flair in things like the over-the-top attack animations and smooth menu transitions. So yeah, this might not be exactly a looker by today's standards, but it's perfectly acceptable for a quick and dirty port of a Vita game. Plus, this all runs without any noticeable frame drops. To match the general tone, the soundtrack features a potent mixture of pop and rock tracks to help set that bouncy atmosphere and keep things light. Though there are some tracks present here that get a little irritating from sheer repetition, the sheer catchiness is hard to resist. Over 10 years later, Persona 4 Golden remains a thoroughly enjoyable and engrossing RPG that, for the most part, has stood the test of time. Although its visuals might be a bit dated, the gameplay and story presented here do more than enough to justify the purchase, while all the tweaks and additions that came with this Golden Edition round out most of the rougher edges from the initial PlayStation 2 release. If you're looking to give the Persona series a shot, Persona 5 Royal is a good place to start, but Persona 4 Golden is an excellent entry in the series, and one that we recommend you picking up when you can. We here at Nintendo Live give Persona 4 Golden on the Nintendo Switch a 9 out of 10.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is... Okay, what I'm thinking right now is that Persona 4 Golden, it's a good game for... It's a good game, but still Persona 5 Royal is the better one to start with. Wait, did I just... Wait. IGN review Persona 4 Golden. They put a typo in their thumbnail. Persona 4 Golden. That's funny. This was 11 years ago, but still, this was up for 11 years. Persona 4 Golden. But yeah. yeah, Persona 5 Royal looks like the best way to start with the series. So I guess I'm starting with that one then. I've seen that. Wait, let me actually show you. Wait, Persona 4. Persona 4 Golden is only 20 euros, which is only 1/3 of Persona 5. But at the same time, I would rather start with Persona 5 Royal, because everyone says that that's the better one. And yeah. But apart from that, yeah, I think I've made up my mind. Persona 5 Royal. Persona 5 Royal. Including the if I would make the prices also be a big part of my decision, then Persona 5 Royal at the top, then Persona 4 Golden below it, and then Persona 3 Reload at the bottom, just because it's 70 euros for the base game of Persona 3 Reload, while Persona 4 Golden is just 20 euros. It's not a lot. It's not as much as you would initially think. So yeah. Also, I just really like the UI. I don't know how you would really call it, but like this UI, it just looks really, really cool. This is the I think I would either get it on Switch or just play it with a controller, because I don't think keyboard and mouse would be the best idea to play it. That's what I'm thinking here. So yeah. Hey, that's my video. That's my video. Hey yo. Hey. So Persona 5 Royal is the most popular. I just made this video doing some research on the actual game. Persona game, right? And it's the main game, right? Well, technically not. Please explain. Technically, it's an enhanced. I just did some research beforehand. Like Persona 4 Golden and Persona. And I wanted to make this video. Like Persona 3 Reload and Persona 3. No, explain. Persona 3 Portable is the enhanced version of Persona 3. Persona 3 Reload is a remake. Oh, why does the audio glitch out? Persona 3 Portable. So what about Persona 2? Well, there are two Persona 2 games: Innocent Sin and Eternal Punishment. Innocent Sin follows the main character, while in Eternal Punishment we follow a side character from the original Persona 2 game. So Eternal Punishment is a spin-off. No. So Persona 5 Royal. I don't know why, but I like ending videos with just no. So yeah, I think that's it. I think that's everything that I should look at. I don't think there's really anything else. Wait, how long to beat? Wait. Wait, Persona 5 Royal, or 3 Reload, 5 Royal, and 4 Golden. Let's actually look at the reviews. A 91% rating for Persona 3 Reload, 95% rating for Persona 5 Royal, and a 91% for Persona 4. Okay. So yeah, Persona 5 is definitely the best way to experience this story, this series, I guess. But the main story is 100 hours. Wow, that's a lot. The main story is 100 hours. But yeah. Here, oh wait, huh? Wait a second. Nintendo Switch is 103 hours on average, and then The PC is 94 hours. Why would that be? That's a whole 9-hour difference. Like 10%. There needs to be something there. Is it just me? There needs to be something there. Yeah. Just looking again. And on here is 5 hours more, huh? Okay. Oh yeah, Persona 3 Reload isn't on Switch even. Wow. Oh yeah. And then, yeah, I guess that's everything. I guess, yeah. That's everything. It's a short stream this time, but I can't drag this out longer. I don't want to drag streams or videos out longer. So I'll leave it at what it is. I'm wondering if I'm actually wondering if I should stream it or not. I'm wondering if I should stream Persona. I'll think about it. I'll think about it. But yeah, I'll see you all then next time on Wednesday's stream. Yeah, on Wednesday's stream. I think I'll play Honkai again. I like that. I really like Honkai. I'm really biased towards sci-fi. I'm so biased towards sci-fi. But yeah, I'll see you later. Bye.